Hi everyone and welcome back. I'm Gator Bait Bill and today is Wednesday weigh-in week 12 update. How much weight did I lose in the last week? Tune in to find out. All right, welcome back. It's been an interesting week thus far. You see I'm wearing my Vegan Strong t-shirt. I was trolling around a little bit earlier today. I'll talk about that a little later. Um, yeah, it's been a good week. The weather is cooperating right now. The past couple of days we've had really hot, humid weather, so it's not been conducive to getting out and doing much in the way of walking. It's just, I'm surprised we didn't have heat advisories, to be honest with you. We've been hitting 95 or so, and then I think the humidity's been close to 70-75%, so you could practically drink the air out there. But I have been able to get the walks in. I went ahead and drove the path that I had been walking. It comes out to 1.75 miles. So my thinking last week that it might have been 3/4 of a mile to a mile is way under what it was. So I think I need to really step up my game in getting out and walking. So I think what we've kind of figured we'll do is we'll get out and start walking about 3 times a day. Which would give me 5.1 miles. And then, once that starts going around, we'll just start doing double laps and go on from there until, whatever. But it's good to be out walking. Last week I had a 2-pound weight gain, which I still don't understand. I was looking up some stuff. Some nice people on Twitter that follow along had mentioned that maybe it was too much in the way of nuts. I generally have a bowl of oatmeal with a handful of walnuts, about an ounce every day, and some flaxseed and some blueberries, but that maybe it was too much fat from the nuts. So I was looking into that through Dr. Greger's nutritionfacts.org website, and the studies don't seem to maintain that having nuts on a weight loss program is going to make any difference. I think there's probably close to maybe 15, 20, something like that, studies that have been done by Harvard and all those different, big brain schools that actually show an increased weight loss over time to no weight loss. So calories compared from one group to another group, they either maintain the weight that they had, or they had, just a modest weight gain of maybe a pound, but it didn't go into necessarily what their exercise regimens or programs were. So who knows? I think it might have just been a matter of holding on to water. I know that fat holds a lot of water, and so as we're thinning down and trimming out, maybe I had just drank a whole lot of water the day before. I've been trying to hydrate more. I drink a lot of tea, so I've been trying to have just plain water. I don't know why. It just seems like the right thing to do. So I think it was kind of just a one-off. So, how much weight did I lose in this last week? Well, last week when I had weighed in, it was 376 pounds. And the week before it was 374. So I gained 2 pounds last week, and this week I'm down to 373 pounds. So I lost the 2 pounds that I had last week that I had gained, and an extra pound. So I've lost over the last 3 weeks 1 pound. I don't know. It's kind of yo-yo, up here, down here, whatever. That's why I say, I'm not going to let the numbers particularly drive me nuts. Although I have to admit, as much as I'd like it to not drive me nuts, this last one kind of got under my skin a little bit, mainly because I couldn't explain it to myself as to why that was. So other than that, it's, everything's really good. I'm enjoying quite a lot the journey that I'm on, going to a plant-based diet 100%. To me, it's there's some spiritual aspects to it that are really quite nice. But I think that has a lot to do with just sacrifice, what you're normally eating, and eating something different, almost like a meat fast, we could call it. But it's more than a meat fast, because as it sits right now, I really don't have any intentions of going back and eating meat per se. So yeah, it's going good. So trolling, funny stuff about this shirt. Normally, sometimes when I'm out and about, I try to get people in my area to watch my channel. So I got Gator Bait Bill T-shirt with, like, follow my 250-pound weight loss journey. And so Vegan Strong, they're a good bunch of people on the internet. So I bought the T-shirt. They're nice people. If you're on Twitter, follow them at Vegan Strong, capital V, capital S. And you just go to my Twitter and you'll find it. That's one of the people I follow. I don't remember exactly what their Twitter handle is, but good people. And so we went over to Costco today for one of our Monday Munchies that are coming up. There's some chips there that we wanted to try that are jalapeno lime. I love lime. I love jalapenos. So we're going to try it with a mango salsa dip. Sounds interesting anyway. So, you go through, Costco's always has a ton of samples out there. And this, this older lady's working there, and this little lady comes up to me, and she's like, would you like to try some of this bean dip? And, bean dip, yeah, but, it's got sour cream on it, cheese on it, and it's like, I can't. I just pointed to my shirt. I said, I can't. I'm vegan, I don't eat that kind of thing. And she's like, what, you're joking, right? I'm like, no, I'm not. She's like, no, you're just wearing that shirt to go cause trouble. Yeah, I'm a charlatan. I'm out to cause trouble wearing my Vegan Strong shirt. You meat eaters better watch out. So I thought that was funny, and getting a lot of looks like, oh man, how the hell is this guy vegan? He's 370 pounds. That don't work out. I beat anorexia by going vegan. Because the meat eaters, they don't know what to think, right? They're thinking, okay, relatively speaking, eating plants, they get that on a certain level, and then they look at you trucking around at 370 some pounds and saying that you're vegan, and they're like, yeah, there's something wrong with that. But it's whatever. Most people I don't really take the time to figure out what's in their food, and so they just don't know. I was actually thinking a lot about it the other day. I'd seen something on Twitter about the different dairy cows, and cows in general, and people couldn't understand why. It was a restaurant that was tracking the animal from the farm to the plate kind of deal, and a lot of vegans were thinking, well, that I see on Twitter, they couldn't understand why in the world a restaurant would do something like that. But I think, animal rights issues aside, because I'm not trying to get in the politics side of this. I understand what people are saying on that side, and I agree with them, but I just don't want to, I want to bring you to a plant-based diet based on the science, and then everything else will fall into place from there. So, meat eaters are looking at it as they naturally know that there's something not right about what they're eating. And to kind of keep them in that loop, they're being sold, hey, the best kind of beef is grass-fed beef because it doesn't have all the corn in it. The cow isn't being bulked up on corn to make it grow. Well, why is that? Well, they instinctively know that the corn that's being fed to the cattle is GMO. It's made to bulk the animals up. It's not just like The corn that's fed to steer is not the same kind of corn that you eat from the grocery store. It's not sweet corn. It's not popcorn. It's not kettle corn. It's not creamed corn or canned corn. That's not the same kind of corn. It's a totally different kind of corn. You wouldn't be able to digest feed corn. So it's made, the GMO aspects of this corn is one, to keep insects away, make the plant more resistant to insects and other funguses and diseases like that fields can get. But two, it's also to really bulk that animal up. And you take a steer that is maybe 300 or 400 pounds and take it right to 800 or 900 pounds, even 1,200 pounds. The bigger that steer is, the more money per pound that's worth. Especially, if the butcher that is doing it is hanging on a dry weight versus a wet weight, which is more information than any vegan really probably wants to know on that. So, the meat eaters know that corn is not necessarily right on top of everything that's natural and good. So they get sold grass-fed because, there's no GMO chemicals getting sprayed on hay, right? And they think that that's healthier. It's making the meat healthier. And there probably is, relatively speaking, to beef, grass-fed is healthier. But they don't make the connection as to why that's necessarily healthier, other than they believe that they're not getting any GMO junk from Monsanto and wherever in the feed corn that is generally fed to cattle. So free-range chickens, the whole 9 yards. Well, free-range is better than, I guess, caged chicken, but antibiotic-free. Okay, well, antibiotic-free, that sounds really good. Now we're not getting any crazy antibiotics in our meat. But you could also look at it as another way. Antibiotic-free is really just a fancy way of saying that when the animal gets sick, we just don't treat it. We don't give it anything. It gets better on its own, so it suffers. If your cat or dog got sick, you would take it to the vet and give it medicine, right? But you're not going to eat your cat or dog. So there's a lot of things like that just kind of wrap up where they're not quite thinking on it. So I don't know. It did bring up some interesting discussions over there at the Costco today. I met a lady. I felt sorry for her. She's used to be a vegan, went vegetarian. I didn't quite agree with her body for whatever reasons, but as a server over there giving out samples, she actually had to give out meat, beef jerky samples. I'm like, well, that's pretty tough. You feel sorry for her. I mean, the economy might be doing good for some people, but not everybody. So you got to take the job that you got. People got bills. So I feel sorry for her. But yeah, it was fun though. I've gotten a lot of wide-eyed kind of looks at me today though, wearing this t-shirt. So I'm still proud to be vegan strong, and that was fun to troll a little bit, especially going through the meat aisle and looking at people disapprovingly. So anyway, that's it for today. We'll have a Friday juice review video coming out Friday. We haven't shot that one yet. Monday Munchies will be coming up and everything. You can follow me on Twitter at GatorBaitBill, Facebook, same thing, GatorBaitBill. Instagram, I haven't started yet, but I'm going to. If you could leave a comment below whether or not you'd like to see some different like salad recipes and stuff like that on the channel. I'd like to do something more than just, store-bought munchies kind of thing. So, yep, that's pretty much it. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, comment, rate, and subscribe. And yeah, we'll see you guys on Friday. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.